Good midday to each and every one of you. We pray that you are enjoying the quiet before the storm. Ain't this about nothing? But we've been blessed above and beyond all expectations. But guess what? Our day had to come. So, with all of that being said, we just want you to know that there's some inclement weather coming. That is the technical way of saying there's a storm getting ready to show up, and it's going to do it for the next couple of days. And so um, it is what it is. It is the way it is. There's nothing that any of us can do about that. That is just the way it is. And so, but I'm still grateful for each and every one of you that are on here with us today as we continue to do our snapshot. Jaleesa, Cora, Pamela, thank you for being here. Katrina, how are you? Thank you for sharing, Cora. Way to go, way to go, way to go. We're grateful. Tamika, thank you for sharing. I just saw that. Thank you, Minister Faye. How you be? Chaplain Hearns, hope you're doing well. Erica Forney, bless your heart and thank you. We appreciate what you did on last night. And Minister Sarah Cecile, Elder Clay Johnson, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing fantastically well. And so we're just thankful to God for each and every one of you that is here with us. And you are wonderful people, and we are grateful to God for the privilege to sow into you. And so we're grateful. Carolyn, how you doing? Um, as you know, we're supposed to have our class on Bible preparation on Saturday. On Saturday. And at the rate it's going, I'm getting ready to execute my plan B. Elder James, Marcel, Stephanie Hurd, bless you. Okay. Um, the plan B is to do it virtually on Zoom. And it looks like I have not made that decision as of yet, but it looks like that's what's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to email the syllabi. Hey, Giovanni, how are you? Thank you for being here. I'm going to email the syllabi out to those who registered for the class for Saturday, just to be sure that in case we get the snow that we're supposed to get, and the truth of the matter is where I live, is supposed to be much worse than in the Youngstown area. I don't know about Warren, but you know, normally Warren is a lot worse than Youngstown because it's in the snow belt. But I wanted to do that. Carletta, bless you. Hey, Nancy. I'll make a decision. The snow starts tonight. There's going to be some bursts of snow during the day, but only maybe an inch or two of accumulation. Ethel, bless you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But as you well know, if we get this 6 to 8 inches, that's the probability of showing up. Sandra, thank you for being on with us today. The main streets might be decent, but the side streets will be horrible. I know, so we're gonna have to figure something out, Cora. If I don't have it Saturday, you may have to go to her house, or what we can do for her is to give her a copy on Sunday. But in order for her to watch, I don't know if she has a device that she could watch on, if that's what we do. And I'm kind of leaning in that direction right now. And the reason hey, LMA, dear, the reason I am is I always want to be cautious. I will take more risks on a Sunday than I will any other day. And it is what it is. Okay. Okay. If Tamika, if you could do that, that would be great. and then that way everybody can watch it. And make sure I'm looking. Tamika, if you do that, make sure that you get a hold of Katrina and give her your email address. Okay, okay. We haven't run them off yet, but we're going to run them off soon. If you want to pick up that copy today so that she can have it, that would be great. But right now, I am probably leaning more toward doing it virtually Saturday. I'm just not going to take any chances. Hey, Gaither, how are you? Pamela. Oh, Elder Pamela Mesa. I got these. You got a funeral? Wow. We're praying for you, my friend. Praying that all go well with you. Thank you so much, Denise, for letting us know that our presentation is up to par. So we're praying as you prepare to celebrate the life of the person that you're going to be a part of that celebration. Elder Pam and Sel, thank you for being here. Sister Thomas. Sister Thomas, when you get a chance, I need Apostle Darren Thomas's phone number. Don't put it in the chat. If you could call the church and give it to Katrina, that would be great. I have a question that I need to ask him. Timothy, bless you. Bless you. All is well. Hey, Thea, how's it going? They ain't working you real hard, are they? And so the class is how to prepare a Bible message. It is not. It is not just for preachers, although I have just about all of my preachers on. And I'm grateful to God for that. But it's a little intense. And it will not be just one session. And so for this Saturday, it looks like it's going to be one. Let me go ahead and get into this lesson for today. Okay, I got you. Can heathens participate? Yes. The time is from 10 to 12 on Saturday. 10 to 12. Okay. Good. You know what, Katrina? I'm gonna get my oil. I'm gonna get one of my things of oil over here, and I'm gonna douse you in it. It's just a mess. Okay. Winnie, how are you? Praying that all is well. Here's one thing I am going to say. Please be safe. Please. There is a winter storm advisory warning out. Where I live, it's supposed to be a lot of snow. I'm just, Ayana, how are you? And I just want you to stay safe. And that means more than anything else. Valerie, how you be? Okay. Don't do it the next Saturday. Okay, I got you. It will not be every Saturday. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Call the church to register, Carletta. Hey, Laverne, and give her your email address. Catherine Harris, thank you for being here. Your email address, because there's a real good probability that I'm going to do it virtually Saturday. I think right now that's probably the safest thing to do. So good. How's Dad doing? I know Valerie, and I know this is a sidebar. It's difficult. It's trying, but God is faithful. Vernice, bless you. Let me talk about something. We talked about how worry can become a habit, and the habit can become unconscious. And the next thing you know, you're making up stuff and digging up stuff and trying to find something to be bent out of shape and tore up about. And so in the midst of all that's going on here, God still wants us engaged. Victor, how are you? Trinette, bless you for being here. He wants us engaged in the life of people. Yes, God can do it without us. Yes, God can manage without us. Yes, God can perform miracles of an unbelievable magnitude without any intervention by us in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But here's what we must understand. Hey, Linda, how are you? Okay. Please go to the store today. Do it today. Don't mess around tomorrow. And so he wants us involved in the lives of people so that we become the hands, the heart, the guidance of God. Oh, because God is a spirit, but you are a being in flesh. And so it enables us to actually feel the heart of God and apply this so that we encounter and engage other people. Well, I want to talk about the desire to become involved because there is a part, there is a part, there is a part that is God oriented, but then there's your part, which is you, participant. When you begin to intercede on behalf of other people, God will motivate you to get involved. Oh, Lord. In implementing what you have overheard him say he wants to do in somebody else's life. Now, I'm going to be real cautious about this. And the reason I'm going to be real cautious about this is because there is this. Hey, Herma, how are you? There's this thing that sometimes happens in human beings where they hear, hey, Myrna, dear, how are you? They hear the voice of God and they cease to be the catalyst of the voice and become the manipulator of the person. That's the reason why I am overwhelmingly cautious about people who come to me and say, the Lord told me this is what you need to do. The Lord spoke to me about how you need to do this and how you need to do that. And see, me being who I am and doing what I do, the first thing that I'm going to do is probably come at you in such a way that you'll probably never do it again. Because first of all, if there is an issue or something going on in my life, I'm the first person to receive the information from God. And whatever you have to say is a confirmation of that which I already know. Woo! Lord, have mercy. I hope you caught what I just said. But when God wants you strategically involved in the life of people, you have to remember that you got to be careful. Because when you listen to God and you hear what God says, it is not so that you become the dictator of the other person, but you help to implement what they already know God is trying to do in their lives. The problem that happens, and I'm going to be totally honest about this. The reason why I struggle, I'm doing much better, but I struggle sometimes in the area of the ministry of healing and different things like that is because I've seen so much shystiness. I've seen so much hypocrisy. I'll tell you of a situation that just blew me out of the water. My dad had a church out in Springfield Township, and this guy was attending, him and his wife and family and whatever, and wasn't nothing wrong with him. That everything was just fine. He never known nothing to be wrong. And then I saw him on a television program, Brother Dave, that used to come on down in Canton, and he came up on the stage for healing, and he was on crutches. And I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden, brother, they lay hands on me, threw the crutches down, and started running. So you remember him? Yeah. And so and so the problem is when you see so much of that, when you see so many people who have been maligned and taken advantage of, and all of those types of things, it makes you hesitant to step out, okay? To do what God has called you to do, because you don't ever want to come across as not being where God would have you to be. I came real close to that one time, and I knew the Lord had said it. I knew the Lord had said it to me, and there was absolutely no result behind it. And I've struggled with that because every now and then, in the midst of what God wants to do, there has to be an effort on the part to receive what the Lord has given you. Can I talk about this for just praying for the Reynolds family? Okay. And so in the midst of this, he gives us marching orders for a particular level of assistance, but not to control. Oh. That's why you got to be very careful, because when you have heard the Lord in prayer and you've heard the Lord in what he has said, it is not for you. Gwendolyn Jones, bless you for being here. It's not for you to control them, but assist them. And you got to remember, if they don't want the assistance, you go about your business. You do not try to force anything of God on somebody who is not willing to receive it. But I have been in many situations. Where once they hear from you, Roosevelt Thompson, bless you for being here, dear. Once they hear what comes out of your mouth, it resonates with them and it breaks that situation. That's the thing that you have to understand and recognize. Whenever God whispers in your ear about what's going on and what you need to do, there is a resonance that takes place and they respond to it. But it is not your job to carry them. It is not your job to manipulate them. It is not your job to control them. They are not your puppets. They are not your children. They are not your disciples. They are children of God. And if there's anybody who needs to control him, he does. That was deep right there. Because many times in many situations, I've watched them want to control their lives, control their relationships, control so many things that they do. No, that's not your job. That's God's job. Okay. And so you have to remember when you begin to tell people the results of what you've heard them say, when the Lord gives you, he gives us wisdom on how to pray, be thoughtful before you go up and say something to them. The Lord has told me what you ought to do is a dangerous statement. I hope you hear what I said. The Lord has told me what you should do is a dangerous statement. If there's anything that you need to speak, is the Lord has laid it upon my heart, such and such and such and such and such, but never to tell you what to do, because they already know what to do. They just need an affirmation or a confirmation as to what they should do. Rhonda Fletcher, thank you for being here. Are y'all hearing me? Because you can get involved in stuff that's borderline witchcraft and you don't even know it. Oh, I know I done lost y'all. Okay. Oh, when we have determined that it is more important for us to gain control of them than God, you have now taken the place of God. Nobody, and here's the problem. Here's the problem. I got a problem with people who aren't listening to God for themselves to tell you what God said about you. There's got to be some proof in the pudding. There's got to be there's got to be something that is evident in that person's life to communicate to you, because they have heard the voice of God. You never want to take control of another human being's life, because that not only is it dangerous, but you have taken the place of God. So when you get involved in the lives of people, and see, and I'm gonna tell you how you know you are now manipulating them. Y'all ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? How do you know you're manipulating them? Because you want them to call you about everything. You want them to talk to you about everything. You don't want them to make a move without you sanctioning it. You don't want them to have any free will whatsoever. You want them to come to you because now you have become the voice of God rather than teaching them how to hear the voice of God for themselves. Whenever people who does, there's quite a few people. See, what we fail to understand is people with inferiority complexes or they have self-esteem issues will utilize other people to build up who they are rather than building them up. That's right. That's right, Elder Pam. You take credit for it and you fixate in their mind that they will never be functional without you. I don't know about anybody else, but I've instilled this into my children and into my grandchildren that you best know how to make it on your own because I'm not going to be here for what happens. And I'm getting ready to let you go because I done ran over time. What happens if you have created worshipers of you and you die? What happens if you have manipulated people most of your life to your whim and to your way that they don't do anything unless you sanction it and you die? Or what happens, Charmaine, how are you? What happens if you become disabled or crippled or no longer can speak or whatever? What do these people do because now you have become their God? Gelada, I'm trying to help people to understand that our jobs as the intercessors is to instruct them and to teach them how to know God. Everything I do as the pastor of UBC, Union Baptist Church, is to get people to know God for themselves. I never put out there that Union is the only church you can attend, that the Baptist church is the only denomination you can participate in. I never do that because I will not do what is God's job to do. God creates different avenues of denominationalism, even in the midst of people being bent out of shape because they don't like how somebody else did something, but it fits them. Lord, have mercy. Lord, help me, Father. I gotta go. I done ran over time. Listen. I pray that this was a blessing to you. I'm going to continue with this tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be in the office or if I'll be at home, depending upon what the weather is like on tomorrow. For those of you who signed up to be here on Saturday, make sure that you look at your emails. Look at your emails so that you can have the lesson just in case, because then I will do it virtually on Zoom. And I'm kind of leaning that way, but I just want to make sure that people are safe, that people don't jeopardize their lives trying to get to class. Because I'm telling you something, I'm telling you something. This class is going to change your look at the Bible because it's on many parts. It's not just one session that's going to take place. So I just wanted to get that in there and share that with you. And I got to get out of here. Got other stuff I need to do. And I done ran over by 4 minutes. I said I was going to stay to 15 minutes. Y'all pray for me that I can get back on time. Okay. Carmen, bless you for being here. Love you with the love of Jesus, who is the Christ. Stay safe. Use wisdom. Use wisdom. as we navigate the weekend. I'll see y'all a little later. May God bless you. May he keep you is our prayer.